Welcome in courtside to South Point Arena in Las Vegas. The 15th annual D3Hoops.com Classic. I sound like I've got energy, but trust me, it's the teams on the floor that've got all the energy. I'm Dave McHugh, Pat Coleman. You're Ira Thor's alongside. That's who it is. 11th ranked Redlands Bulldogs at 8-1, taking on the unranked Mary Hardin-Baylor Crusaders at 8-4. Redlands set the record in scoring for this 15-year event last night with 102 points. Nearly had that record knocked off in the last game when Central put up 100 in their win over Bridgewater State. I suspect we might see a high-scoring affair as Redlands likes to go up-tempo. Mary Hardin-Baylor, the type of team that also likes to go with some pace under their head coach in Sam Patterson. And of course, Redlands under the tutelage of Eric Bridgeland. As I mentioned, Ira Thor alongside me. Ira, quick thoughts before we get the starters.
No, I called the Redlands game last night, and I mean, they had 57 points in the first half. I could see this being a game where 190 points between these two teams tonight.
190 points is the call. There's no place to go and place anything on that, so I apologize now to anybody who is interested. You're just going to have to trust us on that. So again, it is what you could argue is the marquee game, though Central certainly showed that they are a top-notch team here this week. But this is the penultimate game of the 15th annual. It's a 16th game of the 17 here this weekend, however you want to call it. Coming up, it's Occidental and somebody.
Milwaukee School of Engineering.
Thank you, MSOE, of course, coming up next. But first, we got this big one coming up. So let's take a look at starting lineups. First, for the 11th ranked Bulldogs of Redlands, because they are technically considered the away team in this contest. It is their normal starting lineup, at least of late. Number one, Chosen Amadi, the 6'2 graduate from Richardson, Texas, wearing number one. Number two, Jake Halaviak. I had it.
Halaviak.
Thank you, Halaviak. There we go. The 6'4 senior, the brain is just not computing, from Valencia, California. Number 10, Lucas Gordon, the 6'8 senior forward from San Marcos, California. Number 11, Omari Ferguson, the 6'3 senior guard from Chicago, Illinois. And number 12, Jace Boston, the 6'5 junior from Bakersfield, California. That's how the Bulldogs look. How do the Mary Hardin-Baylor Crusaders look? Well, it's their kind of usual starting lineup of late. It is number 2, Hudson Johnson, the 6'1 senior guard from Salado, Texas. Number 8, Elijah Lawrence, a 6' senior point guard from Houston, Texas. Number 13, Zach Engels, the senior wing, they call it. We'll call it forward, from Austin, Texas. I skipped over number 11, Connor Zamiera, the graduate center from Rochester, New York. And number 24, Donta Cody, the 6'5 senior forward from Arlington, Texas. That is the starting lineup for these two teams. And granted, there will be a lot who come off the bench as well. Let's see. Redlands will be in their maroon uniforms with the white numbers and trim. They'll be going right to left in this first half. Mary Hardin-Baylor is in their home whites with the purple numbers and gold trim. They'll be going left to right. And we'll just say now, our good friend, Riley Zayas, tuned in already. He's ready to go. We saw him on the old Twitter sphere. This is a good game. This is one of those games I think a lot of people will be tuned into. Redlands is off to a great start. They are in number 11, but I know a lot of voters who've got them in the 5, 6, 7 range in their top 25 ballot. They went out to Virginia prior to this, and, well, they kind of showed Hampton-Sydney what their floor looks like, and then showed Roanoke exactly what Hampton-Sydney's floor looks like. Then they came out here, and last night, or was it 2 nights ago, wasn't it? Because I forgot they had a day off in between games. They took on MSOE, and they beat them, it was last night, 102-82. It was actually a really good game. MSOE, I thought, played well. It's just how good Redlands is right now in what is going to be a very challenging conference slate as well. As the ball is tipped, we are underway. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you will enjoy this one.
No, I thought Milwaukee School played fantastic last night, given the fast-paced Redlands offense that you're seeing right away.
And there you go, 3 points. We'll get you the score updated in a moment. I just realized I forgot to set up the clock for everybody. So we'll get that situated. 3 points for the Redlands right out of the gate, and they put on the full-court press as well, Ira.
Well, you know they go deep into the bench. They will play an easy 9-10 guys. They'll sub 3 at a time, and it allows them to play this tempo that I don't know if the Crusaders are ready for, but we're going to find out.
Well, not only that, they're a good offensive team, but they're an even better defensive team. Shot in the corner is good. A quick answer from Mary Hardin-Baylor as they get 3 points found. And we will overlay that score for you. 3-3 here early on in the contest. It is not a final.
No, we know Redlands can score. We know they can defend. Mary Hardin-Baylor is the third-ranked team in the country in rebounding.
Yeah.
Someone's got to give today.
3 from the wing is good, and it is a hot start. 2 for 2 from deep for Redlands, and on the three-pointer from Ferguson.
Redlands hit 12 threes last night. They actually did most of their damage inside, though.
3 from up top. Mary Hardin-Baylor's like, we'll go 3 for 3 if necessary. 6-6. 90 seconds into this game on all three-pointers. We'll see if anybody sees what the paint looks like. 3 again for Redlands. Are you not entertained?
Hey, Pat, what's the all-time record for combined threes in a game?
Well, we just missed one.
Just the pace already in this one, Dave. I mean, we knew this was the game that we were going to circle for this tournament, at least on the men's side. So far, living up to the hype.
3 off target. Both teams have now missed a 3.
Now, you wonder how much of that is the energy right away off the gates.
Salado, Texas. Thank Chad. I thought it was, but my brain, Chad, is so off.
Do you know what day of the week it is,
No,
David?
I have no clue what day of the week is or the date. I only saw the outside of this place because I was waiting for coffee in the afternoon and happened to look out the doors and saw it was cloudy. By the way, foul called on Redlands. That's their first, and 2 shots from the free throw line coming here for Zach Engels.
I don't know why I even check the weather forecast every year out here, because I never go
thing.
outside.
I do the same thing. And then I think, okay, do I bring a heavy jacket or I bring a medium jacket? This year is the first year I went, I'm not bringing a jacket because if I really need something, I'll just wear a long sleeve shirt and a sweatshirt.
Well, Redlands brings 3 subs into the game. Derek Sangster, the one you really have to look out for, the 6'7" junior out of Sunnyvale, California, the transfer from both UC Davis and Princeton. He had double figures in rebounds last night.
I'm very curious. Salado. I said Salado. What? How the heck did I call that Salado? Or Salado. It is Salado. I knew that. 3-pointer as Redlands goes back and finds 10. Immediately gets the steal. The 3 good from Sangster, and then he gets the steal.
Talk about the damage he can do.
17:20 to go here, opening half. And Redlands off to a quick and hot start. That 3 will not roll in. Nearly tipped in by accident by the defense. Rebound and putback doesn't go, but Sangster will head to the line where he's a 73% free throw shooter. 17-11 to play. 2 free throws coming for a Redlands team that overall is a 71% free throw shooting team. And they'll bring in a sub as Nathan Matera, the sophomore from Fontana, California, enters the game.
Dave, you look at all the talent on this team. You got Amati, who was first-team All-SCIAC last year. Gordon, first-team All-SCIAC. Ferguson, who was the Conference Defensive Player of the Year and a preseason All-American along with Amati. Everybody's going to sleep on Sangster. First year with the program, that might be the kind of addition that puts them over the top in March.
13-8, Redlands the lead. Good job of being patient there by the Crusaders. Great passing as hitting the layup is Zamiera.
Yeah, nice no-look little handoff.
And a foul now called on Engels, I believe. Zamiera, we've beaten this into the ground, but went to UMaine, the main UMaine campus, to play football. Didn't play. COVID hit. It's the wrong thing, sir. There is no University of Maine campus in Bar Harbor. He's showing me his Bar Harbor shirt, folks. It's no relevance. But COVID hit. He went back to Rochester, New York, decided to go to St. John Fisher. Didn't really do anything there. I don't think he played any sports. So he ended up, I think if I remember Zayas' story correctly, he ended up in Austin because I think of a relative. Ended up at Mary Hardin-Baylor. Thought about playing both football and basketball. Found the basketball route to be more interesting and more successful. A big block on the layup attempt there by Boston. And here he is playing for Mary Hardin-Baylor as the three-pointer in the corner is good, and we're tied at 13 apiece.
They only put 2 on the scoreboard.
Oh, really?
We'll see what they go back and look at that.
Okay, I'll back it. No, they can't.
I thought it was a 3 as well.
There's no replay at this event. As much as I preach replay, we just don't have the capabilities. That's extra camera.
And this
angles
is
and
nonstop.
manpower.
They're going to run the entire time.
Well, thought about a very deep 3, changed their mind. Redlands will set things up now. Matera with the ball. He'll take the free from the wing this time. The rebound grabbed by Brown. Brown tried to put it up, I'm not sure, but the foul will be called on Zamiera.
Can we talk about the box out there on Boston? He boxed out 2 guys by himself, allowing that loose ball to be there.
That will to be a 2-shot foul. Team's 3rd foul. Yeah, Brown going to the line to shoot here. He's a 59% free throw shooter, but you're right, Boston did a very nice job in the post. Free throw is good, gives Redlands a 14-12 lead. And Crusaders bring in Grant Jessen, the 6'4" junior forward from Prosper, Texas, and number 4, Cam Stinson, the 5'10" graduate guard from Tallahassee, Florida, by way of Florida Atlantic. Because that's the way you get to Mary Hardin-Baylor, both via UMaine and Florida Atlantic.
That's the most routine way to get there.
That's the most routine. Not what you normally see. 15:35 remaining here in the opening half. 15-12. Redlands the lead early on this game, kind of going the way we expected. A little bit high tempo, but also Crusaders afraid of nobody. A timeout's going to be called by the Crusaders here, as getting trapped with the ball was Lawrence, and he didn't like the scenario he was in. And he smartly calls timeout to hold on to possession here with 15:22 remaining and 15 ticks on the old shot clock.
These teams have met once before, 3 years ago, out in Redlands, California, and it was Crusaders coming out on top by 10, 92-82. So even 3 years ago, these teams put up 174 between them. Mary Hardin-Baylor really didn't have to run like they are yesterday in a victory over Ohio Northern. Pretty comfortable 74-65 win. It was pretty clear Crusaders were the better team throughout that game.
I realize it is 9 o'clock on the East Coast, but if you have not seen some of the scores around Division III basketball today, you should check them out. One of them that caught my eye, Mary Washington knocked off Virginia Wesleyan 89-48.
Those have destroyed them. That's not a that's more than a statement win. That's a we are here.
We are real.
Stop us.
3 in the corner for the Crusaders, way too long, and the rebound hauled down by Jessen, and he will draw the foul on said rebound. So for Redlands, it's team foul number 2. Another one that jumped out at me is Pitt Greensburg's 11-0, knocking off John Carroll and ending a 4-game blue streak.
Now, Pitt Greenberg, they're going to start commanding some votes.
They're definitely going to get some attention. That's the most significant win that they've had this season.
You know, not a league that typically puts a program in the top 25, but maybe now they will.
Redlands with another foul, much to the frustration of Omari Ferguson, but the SCIAC Defensive Player of the Year and second team All-Region selection and a preseason All-America selection. Got a little too handsy on that play.
Well, we've seen how good Ferguson is defensively, but Boston, he's right there as well.
Yeah.
They have weapons at pretty much every position, offense, defense. I don't see too many weaknesses on this Redlands team. The only area of concern,
say their weakness would be themselves.
I was about to say, the only area of concern would be if they keep up this pace and they have a night where they just don't shoot well.
1-3-1 zone, and Mary Hardin-Baylor tries to get in behind it. Nicely done. Little bounce pass out, but 10 seconds on the shot clock. Deep three coming from the wing. No good. Rebound bouncing around, and it's picked up by the Bulldogs. They will push up court and off glass. Good passing. Sangster hits the layup after giving up the ball initially at 17-12. Mary Hardin-Baylor quickly the other direction. No look. Pass blocked on the layup attempt by Ray off the no looker from Johnson. Back comes Redlands the other way. We may not need Ira in cases like this. Three in the corner, no good. Ball is loose. Picked up. Now here come the Crusaders with pace. They've got a 1-on-3 going the other direction. Three-pointer from the far side. That's no good. Redlands pulls down the rebound, and they're going to keep the pace going. No, you cannot talk Ira Thor. They're busy playing basketball out here.
I wanted to talk about Jake Oliviak and how he came
all
the way from the left wing over to block that shot.
What shot? The one 4 shots
ago?
About
4 shots ago. There's been no break in the action. Not even a chance to breathe.
Whew. Foul called on Mary Hardin-Baylor.
But the way Redlands defensively, they all have help defense. Everybody converged. As soon as that ball was thrown down low on the little lob pass, 3 players converge, basically like a Bermuda Triangle, not allowing you to have any chance to breathe, and you have no choice but to try to kick it out.
Went down on the blaze of glory like a lot of planes in the Bermuda Triangle. Under 20 seconds on the shot clock for Redlands. 13:50 to go here. Opening half. They've got the lead 17-12. Make it 20-12 off the three-pointer from Amati. First team all SCIAC selection last season. SCIAC so loaded this year in terms of talent. Whittier looked good in their win against Amherst, then they didn't look so hot in their second game here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. That happened days ago. That three missed from the wing by Stinson. Occidental actually looked pretty good last night. We'll see him in the finale tonight. Bouncing around inside, kick out.
Still haven't talked about Claremont.
Yep, 12 seconds. Three-pointer left well short. Ball is loose, and coming out with it is Stinson. And he tried to get it. Somehow it got up ahead, but the shot blocked. Justin's shot knocked out of bounds. It'll go back to Redlands.
And just to show how deep this Redlands defensive team is, Donovan Ware, not a name we're even going to say too often on the offensive side, comes over, blocks it, and then knocks it off the offensive player as he tried to recover. And I mean, Ware, maybe the 10th guy on the bench? And just the athleticism. This is one of the most athletic teams we've ever seen here.
The stat guy is standing so he can move around to call out the stats in this one. Inside entry pass to Gordon. Gordon attempt gets stripped. I don't even know if you'd call that a shot. Back the other direction, 12.5 to play. Keeping his pivot foot down was Engels into the corner, far side. Three-pointer rattles home for Jonathan Leggett. Mary Hardin-Baylor had kind of gone through a streak there of not scoring much. They finally get some points there. And a three-pointer the other direction from distance is good for Redlands.
And it just dropped right through. Net barely moved on it.
Quickly up ahead. Battle for it.
Lucas Gordon doing a nice job of rebounding.
Amati back into the game.
Gordon last night had a near double-double very quietly on a team that had 6 players in double figures, 11 points, 9 boards, and a very quiet leader both sides of the court for this team. This is just a fun team to watch, and so is Mary Hardin-Baylor for that matter. I know we're talking a lot about Redlands, but they're a top 10 caliber team in the country.
12 seconds on the shot clock. Kick to the near wing. 3 on the way. Nothing but net. Buried by Lucas Gordon.
And Redlands has already hit 7 of 14 threes in this game.
26-15. 11:25 to play opening half. Crusaders forcing the issue and got it off glass for Jessen.
Yeah, Jessen wasn't going to be denied there. Took on 2 players himself. Could have been a charge, but able to bank it off the window.
He did a nice job of splitting it. It was interesting because they wanted a foul on the defense. Defense was established. Now on the right side, Curry picks up his dribble, flicks it to the top. They go to the far side now. Three-pointer on its way. No good for Cody. And a battle for the rebound is going to go against Jessen, who's a little bit frustrated right now. That is team foul number 6.
Well, it's a good call. He was late to the ball. But just the speed that you have to move the ball around the perimeter, just have a clean look at the basket. Because Redlands gets you so quick. You got a quarter second to respond. You really have to be able to catch and shoot in a game like this.
Amadi on the floor along with Halaviak, and a foul travel called Gordon Ferguson Boston. For Mary Hardin-Baylor, it's Curry, Leggett, Ray, Jessen, and Cody.
But just the constant pressure, can't get it across midcourt without a desperate heave.
Yeah.
But Redlands can do this because they sub so often and so deep into their bench.
Ball will stay with Mary Hardin-Baylor. This was the point last night where MSOE looked like they were about to get trounced by 40, and then they kind of settled down and only lost by 20. They actually played Redlands, I would argue, about evenly the last 3 quarters of the game.
No, I was impressed with the Raiders. They're going to be a team that in their league is going to vie for the title this year.
10:25 to play, 7 on the shot clock. Ball is nowhere near to a point of shooting, and finally picked up by Amadi. And here comes Redlands the other direction. Boston
out of control.
Tried to travel back to Beantown on that one. Whistled.
Yeah, he's done that twice now on back-to-back possessions. Just trying to do too much. You got 4 other guys. Keep moving the ball.
Well, he's looking around even at the ref like, what do we need to do? He's dragging his pivot foot is the problem.
And he's actually limping off the court.
Yeah. Austin Onebu, a freshman from Long Beach, California, enters the game. I am not going to call anybody a winger. No one uses the term wing consistently as to what a wing is, so you hear the referee saying don't. 17 seconds. Johnson for 3. Nothing but net. Mary Hardin-Baylor staying in this 26-20 with 9:44 to play.
They've hit 4 threes themselves, so not going away.
3 to start the game. That's the first one they've had since that sequence in the opening 90.
Well, remember, both teams hit back-to-back to start us off, and then went a little cold.
Back to back, something like that.
5 backs. Maybe you got back.
3 in the corner. That one rattles out, and Redlands picks up the board as it's Amadi again. Spread out with a guy in the post. That's basically how the Redlands is going to run things every single time down the floor. Now they've snuck in a couple extra guys. It's a zone look from Mary Hardin-Baylor. Nice behind the back move. Count it. Go to the line from Ferguson. 28-20.
Just a pretty creation of his own shot there. Using the dribble, the spin move to get past the defender and then forcing the contact. Old-fashioned three-point play possibly.
Free throw coming for a 3-point opportunity. No good. Trouble here. Johnson's going to get it. Gets across the timeline with a second to spare. Now in the hands of Cody in the corner. They get it inside, and a nice job of Hudson hitting the shot in the effort to draw the foul. Borderline flop, in my opinion.
Yeah, good job by the officials not
I'd like to see him call
on the
flopping
Ferguson
more
play.
Often. I know I'm probably one of many who don't like that. I'm even addressing it, but I'm so sick of the flops. And it's not rampant, but it's enough to irk you. 28-22, Redlands the lead. We saw one in the last game where it was, it's like there's no way you got hit that hard.
Officiating crew, Darryl Clark, Nakeem Floyd, Anthony Gregory showing restraint. Yep. Appreciate that.
Was it Darryl Clark who was part of that weird triple tech we had the other night with Amherst and somebody? Putback is good. Nice job of sticking with it by Hudson. And Mary Hardin-Baylor is to within 4, 28-24 with 8 minutes to play opening half.
And a beautiful pump fake before that to get the open three-point shot and allow that tip in to occur.
Well, and he tipped it in with
two hands.
Two or three guys around him. Oh, that could go the other way. Oh, they're going to call a travel. Yeah. It's either going to be a travel or it's going to be a hook offensive foul, because he cleared the space by getting his elbow into the kidney of the opponent and pinning him in the corner.
If it was the NBA, it's a clean play, but in college they called correctly.
Thank you. It's not the NBA, thankfully. Oh, missed dribble there, picked up by Redlands, and that's a travel. Just getting in the way was Lawrence, and it caused Brown to hesitate just enough. And he shuffled his feet before getting the pass off. 7:41 to play here in the opening half. Turnover number 5 for Redlands, 3 for Mary Hardin-Baylor. Redlands has had 3 turnovers in the last 121, and all 5 of those turnovers have happened in the last 4 minutes. So things have gotten a little bit sloppy for the Bulldogs as that goes home, or goes in, out, up into the sky, and back down again. And Mary Hardin-Baylor's within 1 on the Johnson 3.
Yeah, Johnson from about 28 feet, able to get the bounce. You need those bounces every now and then to be in a game with a team like Redlands. Crusaders not backing down.
Spin move at the top with Ware. Ware gets it back. 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer goes home for Halabiak. Halabiak gets it back to a 4-point lead, and then a steal by Redlands. Lurking in the background was Gordon.
Liviak, just such a smooth stroke.
Liviak for 3, missed that one. Rebound, Redlands. Liviak in the lane, floats it to Gordon, and it's good. They just know where everybody is at all times, and Mary Hardin-Baylor gets to within 1, and now they're down 6. And they miss the easy layup in front by Hudson. Redlands back the other way, 3-on-2 off glass and in for Ware, so that 1-point lead is gone. It's suddenly 8.
And the press is on, and can they break it here on the fast break? No, a block.
Unbelievable back and forth, but Redlands, who has started to play a little sloppy, has found a new gear, and they draw the foul there. So it'll be a 2-shot opportunity on the foul. Redlands has only committed 3 fouls, mainly because Mary Hardin-Baylor hasn't had a chance to attack them on the half court.
But even on the fast break there, no such thing as an easy basket today for the Crusaders. It's a 2-on-1, and they stayed with it, got just enough to alter the shot.
Free throw good, 36-27, and a whole mess of subs into the game. For Redlands, they bring Amadi, Sangster, and Boston back into the game. For Mary Hardin-Baylor, Zamiera returns. I lost track of who else entered the game. I think I saw Jessen re-enter. We can check the sub log here.
It's up to a 10-point lead, Dave.
Yeah, Zamiera and Jessen into the game. Yep, free throw was good, and suddenly a 9-0 run here by Mary Hardin-Baylor. And it's ended temporarily there by Cody on the reverse over the back layup.
And even that with Cody, he had to slip between 2 outstretched hands to make that happen.
Floater up, no good for Amadi. And that's flipped up to Lawrence. Lawrence has got Brown on his hip pocket. Now in the near wing for Cody, and that's lost.
Intercepted again by Sangster.
And this will go back to Mary Hardin-Baylor as it was last touched by Amadi.
Sangster, and you could tell obviously his D1 experience, just such good vision of the ball. He's anticipating the pass before it's even released and stepping right into the passing lane. Very impressive.
I argue there's a lot of guys in D3 who have that awareness too. You don't have to be at D1 to have it.
I'm just saying that it's helped him over the years.
Just saying.
But his ability to read is so much fun to watch.
5:15 to play, opening half. He's Ira Thor. I'm Dave McHugh. We're here at the South Point Arena and Equestrian Center in Las Vegas at South Point Hotel. Penultimate game of the 15th annual D3Hoops.com Classic. Quick passing to Redlands, up ahead off glass and in for Boston. And it's back to a 10-point lead for the 11th ranked Bulldogs.
There's just no hesitation. He catches it, immediately knows where he's putting it.
Long distance two, no good for Johnson, and then Jessen getting a little too aggressive, draws the foul. That's the second time he's picked up a foul. 90 feet from the defensive end, though the first one was admittedly on an offensive rebound attempt. That is team foul number 9. Stinson returns. May is back into the game for UMHB, and for Redlands, they will bring in Austin Unebu again. And Boston to the line. Not the best free throw shooter. He's at 46%. First one skies home.
We talk about how Redlands goes deep into the bench, and they have to be able to play this style of basketball, 10 deep. Crusaders already logged 13 guys tonight. Yep. Pretty deep themselves.
Head coach Sam Patterson in his first season, taking over for Cliff Carroll, who was let go by UMHB at the end of last season. 1-3-1 look here for Redlands. Hardin-Baylor was temporarily down a guy. Johnson into the lane, off glass and in with the acrobatic layup.
Yeah, pretty scoop shot. He had to go low to avoid the block and then followed it with a pretty basket. And Mary Hardin-Baylor sticking around.
Nice lay in the other direction by Amadi. It's back to an 11-point lead. Cliff Carroll now an assistant coach at a D1 institution in Texas. I think it's D1. It might be. I actually can't remember. Three-pointer, though, for Mary Hardin-Baylor as Cody drills that one. And Mary Hardin-Baylor calls their second timeout of the game. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here.
At this point, I think they just need to catch their breath after this just nonstop up and down. 6th three-pointer of the game for Mary Hardin-Baylor. Redlands, who had the hot start, still 8 of 17 from three-point range and shooting 52% for the game. But both teams have done a nice job of protecting the basketball. Just 6 turnovers apiece through nearly 16 minutes.
I think we all have to catch our breath. Whew.
But Redlands has already forced 6 steals with their style of play. Amazingly, that's only led to 5 points off turnovers. If they were to produce a little bit more in that area, this game could quickly get out of hand. But Redlands last night, 57 points in the first half. Certainly on pace to eclipse 50 here in the first 20 minutes again. If you like offense, if you like athletic defense, this is certainly your game.
42-34, Redlands the lead. They've got the ball wearing the maroon uniforms, the white numbers and trim, going right to left in this first half with under 4 minutes to play. Three-pointer top of the key, back iron no good. Ball kept alive temporarily, but it will go back to Mary Hardin-Baylor, who are in the white uniforms with the purple numbers and gold trim. Going left to right, I'm Dave McHugh. He's Ira Thor. Thank you for tuning in to a late night game on the East Coast. If you're from Texas, it's after dinner time, 7:30. Maybe you're just finishing up a nice meal with the family on whatever day today is. Oh, just looked at my computer. It says it's Tuesday. Nice passing. And Zamiera hits the shot.
It's December 30th, Dave.
I see that now.
Tomorrow's the last day of the year.
Yeah, I'm flying home tomorrow. I did get myself at least situated with that, and a nice feed inside to Gordon. I miss status, man. Another job, I get status. I don't have to worry about my check-in, but today I had to worry about my check-in. B60, fouling violation on Johnson, who left early for the airport. Yeah, I'm not sure if I love. Oh, thank you, Pamela. It is D1 I was thinking about for Cliff Carroll. B60 for the Southwest flight. Nah. Maybe I'll get lucky and there's still an exit row available. There was an exit row seat available on my way out on seat 13. But a person was saving it for somebody. And so I sat in a row in front of the Amherst women's team from BWI. Three-pointer from beyond NBA range, no good for Matera. And Mary Hardin-Baylor will get across midcourt with Johnson. He's a really good ball handler. Into the corner, three-pointer on its way. Good for Stinson. I'm telling you, Johnson is what makes the drink here for the Crusaders. He stirs it up. And it's a 5-point lead suddenly for Redlands on this mini run from Mary Hardin-Baylor. Three-pointer in the wing is good. And we get a whistle for something. Is it timeout Redlands? Yeah, Redlands is calling timeout here with 2:17 to play. It's a curious timeout unless they're so used to media timeouts that they think they got to use one in the first half. We aren't using media breaks, so you don't have to use one in the opening half. Eric Bridgeland, of course, in his, I can't believe, 7th season at Redlands. I have lost track of time.
Well, I remember announcing a game here
overall.
8 years ago when Whitman came to town.
No, that was more than 8 years ago, bud.
I think it was 2017.
I think it was even further back than that. Well, he was here. You weren't here for the infamous Whitman game against Stevens Point. He went on to win the national championship that year.
I was talking about the game, I think it was against Ramapo that year.
Yeah, maybe that was 2017. That was the year they almost won the championship themselves, maybe. Eric Bridgeland was ejected.
Not Ramapo, Ohio Wesleyan. 92-90.
Oh, that game. Yeah. That was a great game.
Now, to this day, I still think the greatest game I've ever seen in this tournament.
DeWitt, the head coach for Ohio Wesleyan, he and I still chuckle about that game. Oh, that looked clean, but I think he got a little too much body. Yes, Zamiera got it clean with the hands. I think his body, and he didn't go straight up, is the reason he got called for that. So Zamiera picks up his 3rd foul, team's 10th.
I'm sure
Zamiera is actually not arguing it.
I was going to say, I'm sure that game is on the archive.
Oh, it absolutely is. Somewhere.
That is one of the greatest, if not the greatest game I've ever seen in D3. And it was right out here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Eric Bridgeland's had some interesting moments with programs out here. The Whitman game, and I don't want to lean in it too hard because so much has happened since then. But they were going toe-for-toe with Stevens Point, who, again, went on to win the championship that year. And, of course, that was also the year they eventually got in trouble. Apparently, coach angry about team fouls somewhere. I don't know. That's interesting. He got angry that Redlands had 3 fouls and the scoreboard said 4, and yet it's the Mary Hardin-Baylor coach. You figure that one out. Anyway.
Well, Whitman just hasn't been the same program since.
Well,
Bridgeland
what I was going to say was, so
he
was here. They won't go toe-for-toe. Whitman was not Whitman that we knew. It's the free throw is good. And they went to overtime against Stevens Point with a chance to knock off the Pointers. And a call didn't go Eric's way, or the team's way. And he argued it, and he argued it, and he kept arguing it. And he got a technical. Then he earned the second technical. And this was an overtime, and his team went from 1 possession deficit to more than 2. Nice layup by Cam Brown.
Just the work there for Redlands, not to turn it over on that transition play, and then for Brown to be able to finish.
So Eric and I talked about it for years, and he said it was kind of a litmus test for himself. Changed his approach. And from there, Whitman became what Whitman became. A team that went to the Final Four, were ranked number 1 in 3 separate years. And yeah, Whitman's not the same program now. There's other reasons for that we don't need to get into on the air that are not necessarily men's basketball related. There's a foul called on the rebound. And the Crusaders fans being sarcastically cheering the call. I don't know where they can necessarily, if they're comparing fouls, it's apples and oranges. Remember, there's nothing in the rule book that says foul calls need to be equal. And you'll never hear me say they need to be equal.
Common misnomer among fans.
It's a huge misnomer.
Huge crying point.
Redlands have been playing zone defense for half this game. And Mary Hardin-Baylor's not attacking them.
Nice pass.
Yeah, great passing. Three-pointer in the corner. Huge three to cut it the deficit to 8 with under a minute to play.
Just a vision there for Hudson Johnson to find his teammate open in the corner, and then the quick shot, which is the only way you're going to be able to get these off against this Bulldog squad.
Absolutely agree. 41 seconds left. Nice pass to the baseline. Drive in, off glass and in. Redlands back up by 10. Yeah, Whitman was back here then in that, you mentioned that was the year I'm pretty sure that was the same year they went to the Final Four, or were expected to, and they got to the Final Four the next year. They're blurring together. I apologize.
That team could have won a national. They were good enough to win
they were good enough to be in the
and Ohio Wesleyan was a top 10 team at that time as well, and the team that, very well could have won the whole thing. That's what
I don't know if Ohio Wesleyan could have won it, but they definitely could have played a role. Oh, Johnson makes an ill-advised throw into the baseline and turns it over. Redlands makes them pay right before the buzzer. At halftime, Redlands finishes strong, has a 12-point lead here at the break. And Ira, it's amazing how Redlands can just turn it on like that.
And just so impressed. Even on that last possession there, fast break, you have about 8 seconds. They didn't panic. The soft little finish there by Sangster. And just the amount of trust between each of these guys on the floor is to me what is the most impressive thing. There is no selfishness to anybody on the court for the Bulldogs. They, as you mentioned earlier in the game, already have built this chemistry that they kind of know where everybody's going to be at any given time, and it allows everybody to factor into the scoring, and that's why they've put up 54 here in the first half after dropping 57 in the first half last night. And can't sleep on Mary Hardin-Baylor. I mean, they hit 8 threes here. They got 42 points, which is pretty dramatic for the first half. But can they keep up with this tempo from the Bulldog squad? Redlands not getting into foul trouble, so there's really no way to slow this team down right now.
Redlands has the lead, 54-42. Mary Hardin-Baylor got it to within 1, but the Bulldogs in control here at halftime. We'll take a break, come back, get you first half stats, get ready for second half action. For Ira Thor, I'm Dave McHugh. You're watching the D3Hoops.com Classic here from South Point Arena.
More schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that.
It's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
Our obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field. reaching across the country to coach and mentor Special Olympics athletes.
And to learn that in giving, we receive so much more in return. Help us keep that dream alive.
Be part of it.
Get involved.
You can make a difference.
I believe sportsmanship is a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
It's not about yourself, it's about your team.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
I chose Cedar Crest because it's nationally ranked for its forensic science program. And then I also chose Cedar Crest because I could come here and play sports. I could be a basketball player and then I could be a student athlete, and my teachers would understand that.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual. The end result in my mind is you just become a very well-rounded person.
I know sports is important, but having the academic part along with it is a big plus.
There's more to them than being a student athlete. They're a club president, they're a student in the classroom, so it's a well-rounded experience.
Division III school was the best opportunity for me to have both the highest academic challenges and some of the very highest athletic challenges too.
So that's why D3 athletics is so great. It gives you the opportunity to get involved in so many different things and be able to still do all those things.
D3 school, there's a lot of time for other opportunities. During soccer season, the coaches, they expect a lot of you during soccer, but after soccer, that's your own personal time. It's your time to go explore different things and really find out who you are and other opportunities that you can pursue.
Division III in athletics, affords students the opportunity not only to participate in intercollegiate athletics at a competitive level, but also gives them the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport and outside of the academics on the campus.
I wanted to be really balanced. I wanted to be focused on academics and athletics and be able to do other things that I wanted to do. And I knew Division III would be able to not only let me do that, but support me in that.
You have more time for your extracurricular activities outside of school, whether it's not academics, spending time with your family, your friends, and those are things that are important to me in a college experience.
Being a Division III athlete and developing my leadership skills has definitely put my name out there and helped me get more recognition on campus, but more recognition nationwide. I did win the Jostens Trophy, which is based on leadership, academics, and then how well you do on the court.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
Division III schools offer academic scholarships instead of athletic scholarships. This really puts the focus that the student athlete needs to maintain that GPA.
I got the presidential scholarship from Case Western, which was huge for me.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school, and I carried that for my first 2 or 3 years.
I did receive academic scholarships my freshman year, and then every single year I get a little bit more because of my academics. Just being involved on campus, being an athlete, and then being a leader in so many different clubs. All those things combined kind of get me recognized.
Don't pass up a Division III school if you have the opportunity. Division III offers many experiences.
I would definitely choose Division III school because you can develop your leadership skills. I mean, basketball and academics are so important here, but you can also develop like who you are as a person.
We've got more schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
I had numerous family members who've been taken away from heart disease and stroke. That drove me to pursue knowledge about health and well-being. Playing college football gave me an opportunity to get myself into college.
Goes to Parks. He's in the end zone.
That's when I decided that I want to go into personal trainer. I felt I would have a great opportunity to share my knowledge about well-being within Detroit. I hope to reach as many people as I can.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
An obligation not merely to work towards a personal best in the classroom or in the sport we love, but rather an obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. For Special Olympics athletes, victory belongs not only to those who first cross the line, but to all of those who compete and endure.
They are challenged in ways we cannot imagine. They are survivors who test themselves harder and with greater joy than we will ever know.
Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field, reaching across the country to coach and mentor Special Olympics athletes.
And to learn, as we all do, that in giving we receive so much more in return.
Sport ennobles us. And in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
Be part of it.
Get involved.
You can make a difference.
A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain success, but doing it the right way and being good citizens.
I injured my shoulder when I was practicing platform diving. It was a blessing in disguise. When I went to physical therapy, I realized this is something I want to do. That's when I changed my major to physical therapy. I want to inspire people to do whatever they love doing. I'm fortunate to have Cliff as my coach. He made me believe that I can get back into diving after my injury to prove that nothing can stop me from chasing my dreams.
We've got more schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Welcome back. Halftime here at South Point Arena in Las Vegas. 11th ranked Redlands has the lead on Mary Hardin-Baylor 54-42. I'm Dave McHugh, Ira Thor alongside. Take a look at the first half stats, and one thing that stands out is how well both teams are shooting. Redlands is 19 of 36 at 52.8%. Hardin-Baylor is 16 of 33 at 48.5. Three-point shooting 9 of 21 is Redlands at 42.9. Hardin-Baylor is 8 of 19 at 42.1. Both teams pretty equal there. Rebounding somewhat equal. Only big one is turnovers. 10 for Hardin-Baylor, 6 for Redlands. Points in the paint, 20 for Redlands. Mary Hardin-Baylor with 14. Bench points are somewhat equal, 18-15 Redlands. Really equal in a lot of ways. This is the biggest lead Redlands has had in the game. They're being paced by their senior guard in Jake Oleviak with his 12 points. They've got 5 boards from Sangster. 8 points, by the way, for Brown and Sangster. Hardin-Baylor being paced by Johnson with his 11 points. He's also the team leading rebounder with 11 and has 3, and dished out 3 assists along with Cody. So
Dave, are you not entertained?
Oh, I'm very entertained. I don't know about everybody else.
The one stat that kind of popped off the page for me, Redlands right now a 9-0 advantage in steals in the game. Mary Hardin-Baylor's got 10 turnovers, so it's not Mary Hardin-Baylor giving the ball away. It is Redlands in their face with the pressure, forcing those turnovers. However, it hasn't really equated the points, as in transition right now, just 11 points for Redlands on fast break.
Three-pointer out of the gate for Mary Hardin-Baylor. So good shooting continues into the second half, at least early on. 54-45, back to single digits.
And what it tells me is that while this game has been super fast-paced, it hasn't been a lot of production in transition. Teams are getting back and playing defense.
Redlands in the red uniforms, the white numbers and trim going left to right in this second half. It's Mary Hardin-Baylor in the white with the purple numbers and gold trim right to left on defense. Might have gotten away with an extra step, did Mr. Ferguson.
Great defense there by Johnson to cut off the shooting hand.
He's our Thor. I'm Dave McHugh. Johnson almost gets that to fall. Picking up the first foul of the game, the half against Redlands.
I like Johnson. Nice little guard out of Salado, Texas.
You sure it's Salado?
I'm 100% sure it's Salado. In fact, in the YouTube chat, they've even given us a pronunciation guide,
yes.
So you'll never get that one wrong again.
I don't need the whole pronunciation guide. I know Salado. It's just one of those where your brain goes, what are we talking about today?
It's also La Jolla, not La Jolla, California.
I've never said La Jolla.
I think you may have.
No way. I know La Jolla very well, one of my dad's favorite places in California.
One of the most beautiful places in California. Nowhere near Redlands, though. Redlands is in the valley. La Jolla's on the coast.
Depends on your term, nowhere near. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ball Gordon cannot hold on to. Hardin-Baylor picks it up. Should mention, by the way, it's basically the starters out there for both teams to start this second half. Well, shot there, no good for Engels.
Good pressure by Boston on the shot.
Zamiera, by the way, with 3 fouls out there. He's the only one really in any foul trouble for Mary Hardin-Baylor. That shot missed by Redlands. Crusaders pushing it up court. Opportunity off glass. Count it, going to the line for Mr. Cody. As the deficit down to 5.
What a 3-on-1 there. Lucas Gordon, I don't know about the foul there. He kind of just turned and let him shoot at that point.
I couldn't see. I was screened by too many players. I'm not going to pretend I had any idea what that was.
Well, Gordon certainly was not pleased with the call, but Crusaders.
Gordon was looking at his laptop.
Crusaders.
Oh, wrong Gordon. Apologies.
Have had a shot here to maybe cut this to 4. Quickly out of the gates.
Nope. And a foul on the rebound is going to go against Engels. Oh, double foul. It was a double foul. I don't know who the second one was on. PA announcer was.
I believe it was Ware.
Nothing against the PA announcer. He's interesting. No big qualms about him, but he was not paying attention. He goes right to announcing the next thing and loses track of what's going on.
Yeah, it was Engels and Ware. They tied each other up.
It was Engels and Ware. Thank you. $18 minutes to play here, second half. 11th ranked Bulldogs against the unranked Crusaders. Missed shot there for Brown, who's into the game. Up top now to Halaviak. Driving in, looking for an option is Boston. And it goes out of bounds back to Crusaders. So Redlands actually kind of starting the second half a little more sloppy than they did in the first half. They had a few moments in the first half where things got sloppy. They figured things out. So we'll see how long this goes. But this is full court press now from the Bulldogs.
That last pass by Boston, really the first time in this contest, I think you could say the Bulldogs forced a pass.
Certainly the most obvious one, right? Forced a shot there, did Engels.
And Boston with the good rebound and the block. So he gets it right back.
Go coast to coast, off glass and in. 56-49, quickly up ahead. Engels cherry picking, can't get that one to go. It'll stay Crusaders ball, and Engels takes out his frustration on said leather, and the official giving him latitude. We'll have a word with him just to express, hey, listen, I gave you that one, but we're going to have to chill it down a little bit.
And who is it again applying the pressure? It's Boston who gets back and disrupts the shot.
New York is not going to like that. 17-14 to play here, second half. Engels and Boston tangle up. Boston tried to bait a call out of that one. Engels tried to bait a three out of that one, and this time Boston called for the body. Now, to UMHB's credit, they're now attacking this Redlands defense. So now they're picking up fouls, which makes sense. By the way, we have them wrong on the screen. I apologize. I've just fixed them. Redlands with 4, Mary Hardin-Baylor with 1, and 3 for Mary Hardin-Baylor on the shot, cuts the deficit to 4.
And that's the 10th three of the game for Mary Hardin-Baylor, and they've come out guns a-blazing here in the second half.
They shoot 37% from beyond the arc. Redlands shoots 36% on average, and both teams shooting well tonight as the foul called on the Redlands take inside. So Cody picks up his second, team second, and that will send Ferguson to the line, the Chicago native. 16:48 to play. Redlands with the 4-point lead. They've got 5 of their timeouts left. Mary Hardin-Baylor with 4 of their timeouts left. Both these programs play with media timeouts when they're at home and during conference play. So a little bit different out here without those media timeouts. So you get, in the women's game, there's no difference in regular timeouts. Everybody gets 5. There's 4 30s and 1 full. You don't have to use one in the first half. But in the men's game, it's drastically different. You have 4 fulls and 2 30s without media breaks. With media breaks, you've got 3 30s and 2 fulls, and you have to use one of those 30s in the first half. Three-pointer from Johnson, no good. And foul called on the rebound is
probably going to be on Cam Brown over the back of Curry.
Nope, it was Cam Brown. His first and team third.
Curry was there. He skied over his back. 8th time this year.
Team's 5th.
8th time this year that the Crusaders have had double figures in threes in a game.
16:41 left. Oh, Johnson has to save this one from going out of bounds. Deflects. And they miss the opportunity. Have to save it multiple times here. Johnson's finally just hanging out in the corner. Drills the 3. Johnson didn't leave the corner from saving the ball while the chaos ensued, and he ends up with a 3-pointer to draw to within 1.
That could not have worked out any better. You could not have written that.
Better? It couldn't have been any more chaotic.
Chaos, but they got the result they were looking for. The one guy nobody was paying attention to drills it from the corner. Their 11th three of the game.
16:21 left. The shot was good in the meantime for Ferguson.
They didn't count it.
They did count it. Did I have? I thought I got to within one on the main scoreboard. I don't know, folks. 59-55 is the score officially. If we had it wrong on our scoreboard and I got confused, I apologize. But I had looked up at the scoreboard and thought I had seen it within one. Not mattering now. It's a 5-point game.
16 for Johnson after that made 3 for the Crusaders. And Redlands, Mary Hardin-Baylor is finding ways to break this press.
Missed it. Oh, that's goaltending. Yep, that's going to count. Even though it was going off the rim, one of the Redlands players got his hand into the net, pulled the net down, that caused the rim to snap. Even though the ball was rolling off, it was still technically in the cylinder.
And still had the opportunity to go down, and that's why they made that call.
Well, the irony was it wasn't. It was rolling off. It wasn't going to go. It's just bad timing. 57 now for Mary Hardin-Baylor. 60 for Redlands. Make it 62 on the floater from Hliviak.
Pretty little floater by and Hliviak doesn't force it. He just has the right timing, the right touch.
Nice feed. Great awareness. Zamiera with the finish. They tried to do that previous trip down.
He's by Hliviak such a good floor general for this team.
62-59 now. Into the corner. Hliviak for 3 got hit. That's the right call, and you can see Cam Stinson frustrated with it. 4th team foul.
Falls on the Crusaders, number 4, Cam Stinson. That's his first.
Stinson picks up his first.
At the line for the Bulldogs, number 2, Jake Hliviak, 3 shots.
Now the men's team not as good of a free throw shooting team as the Redlands women. Redlands women went 17 of 18 in our earlier game today. And Hliviak makes the first 2.
Yep, 2 down, 1 to go. Mahdi's back in along with Ware for Redlands. Josiah Ray from Odessa into the game for the Crew. As a third one rattles home. So 3 for 3 on the free throws. Both teams shooting 51%. By the way, both teams finished the second half strong. Redlands was 5 of 6, Mary Hardin-Baylor 4 of 5. Redlands back into that 1-3-1 look. And Johnson thought he saw something and he missed it. Noah Curry was on the far side, couldn't get to the baseline in time. And that 1-3-1 was aggressive. Did you see Gordon coming out of the middle up to the top of the three-point line? That was a wall of red in front of Johnson. 15 minutes to play in this game. 65-59. Redlands looks a little disorganized right now. We'll get it to Mahdi at the top of the key. 15 seconds on the shot clock. He'll pop and shoot. Back iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Gordon. Gordon gets it back top of the key. Off his shoelaces, shoots, misses. And Curry pulls down the rebound. Curry will flip it over to Johnson. Johnson will cross the timeline. Johnson's going to continue into the lane. Johnson off glass. Did not make the shot. Gordon pulls down the rebound and then misses his intended target.
Good hands, McHugh. Good hands.
With Amadi. Wow. All those years of soccer goalie and basketball play. Yeah, I am wearing black. Yeah, I think you may have confused.
Leggett will inbound from directly in front of us.
14.5 to play. Ooh, he gets the ball in Redlands, immediately traps in the corner. That was ill-advised. Now in trouble and finally gets an outlet. I don't know how he found Ray. They spin it around and it's back to Leggett. Leggett against the zone defense into the corner. Three-pointer high and sky. Oh, was halfway down for Angles before coming out. Redlands has the ball. It's a 1-on-4, now 1-on-5, and Ferguson makes sure to not attack. They'll kick it out. Gordon will now drive in. He loses the ball in the way, and it'll be Crew ball. That inbound play previously, I don't understand why Leggett thought going towards the midline was a good idea because he essentially got quadruple teamed, 2 defenders from Redlands plus the midcourt and sideline.
Basically got backed into a corner and really only had one opportunity to escape it, and that was the little flip to the sideline. And fortunately for Redlands, or for Mary Hardin-Baylor, not turning it over.
Better play would have been to throw that into the backcourt and start over.
Redlands has not had a steal here, however, in the second half.
No, despite very aggressive defense. Mary Hardin-Baylor having trouble in the backcourt here. Oh, just got through to Leggett. Leggett's going to go coast to coast and bury the layup. Nicely done.
And
within 4.
So many options. There's a 4-on-2 there, but sometimes the least path of resistance is taking it yourself.
Opportunity now for Redlands, who now trails by 4. Have not scored in a little bit. No, there's no trends to look at on our live stats. Nice turnaround from Amadi is good. It's back to a 6-point lead. This is a game we expected might be good. It's turned out to be. Jessen the whole way, cannot get it to fall, but draws the foul nonetheless.
What did I say in the pregame? 190 combined points? I might decide that today.
That means you got to go 70 more. I'm not sure about that.
15 minutes left.
The Prosper, Texas native and transfer from Arkansas. Cossatot will take 2 here. 6th team foul on Redlands will put Mary Hardin-Baylor in the bonus next foul. 13:24 remaining, as I mentioned. Dave McHugh with Ira Thor, Gordon Mann in between, being entertained by whatever we're doing. Oh, jeez.
Goodbye, table.
Yeah, table is done away with by Ray there. Into the middle, off glass for Boston, no good. Kept alive by Sangster, the turnaround is good. 69-62 as the South Point staff and Sport Tours crew tries to fix the table. It's a lay-in instead by Engels. And somebody is hurt for Redlands on the baseline behind the stanchion.
And he slid off the court and can't even see who it is.
Training staff has rushed out. So is Eric Bridgeland. Very slow to recover. I did not see what exactly happened.
It might be Boston. I think I saw him go up to try to block the shot and just slid off the court. Meanwhile, Mary Hardin-Baylor destroys that table like the Dudley boys.
Oh, it looks like he rolled his ankle on the shot. Sorry, I keep trying to get it to the right timing, and the system's kind of fighting me. Just going to have to wait a long time here. I think he's to his feet. That's good to see. He's going to try and walk it off. It's not Boston.
It is.
Is it? No, it is Boston. I apologize.
I wouldn't lie to you, David.
Well, not that I expected that. I'm watching Boston again on the play. I'm back a play. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer.
And trying to walk this one off. Those ankle injuries are.
If you can walk them off, they're great. If you can't.
Yeah, but how much of that is adrenaline just because he's such a great athlete? He's somebody they certainly are going to need. They have championship aspirations this year.
Oh, yeah, he went to jump stop on the shot, and his ankle rolled. His right ankle rolled as he jump stopped. That's the type that could be a high ankle sprain. That's a tough one. Hopefully he's okay. He's at least walking around, as Gordon Mann rightly points out. So that's the good news. 69-64. I lost track of the score there, folks. 12:45 to play here. Now we'll reset the field here or the court here in a second with everybody on it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Forcing up the shot. Does not get a call. Gets the rebound. Puts it up. That gets a call. So Haliviak will go to the line. For Redlands, it's Amadi, Haliviak, Brown, Sangster, Ware. For Mary Hardin-Baylor, it's Leggett, Lawrence, Engels, Ray, Jessen.
Jessen had the initial block before the foul was called. Foul was called on Lawrence, though.
12:30 to play. And Haliviak will shoot 2 here, 69% free throw shooter. So far tonight, Haliviak is 3 of 3.
And he did give it to Justin after all, who had the initial block.
Justin has the foul. That is his second, I believe. Out there on the floor with trouble is Engels with his 3. And nobody for Redlands is in foul trouble.
Redlands has attempted 19, soon to be 20 free throws in this game. Mary Hardin-Baylor just 7.
(69-64). Second one is good, making it a 6-point game. And again, that full court press. Hardin-Baylor certainly used to it, but they also are parking guys down court strategically, and it's been giving Redlands some fits. But Redlands got 2 guys back that time in transition. Three-pointer for Jessen. Skied it too long. Here come the Bulldogs.
Jessen's taken right out of the hands of Sangster.
Sangster lost control of the ball as he tried to stop, and it's going to be a foul against Redlands in transition. And so that'll be their 7th foul, will be a 1-and-1 opportunity.
That's his 3rd, the team's 7th.
3rd foul called on Sangster. So he compounded the problem by making the error on offense and then drawing the foul.
Mary Hardin-Baylor has been able to get back in this game, shooting 50% in the second half, making half of their threes. Redlands has not hit a 3 in the second half.
Taron Ferguson into the game. Referees having a conversation. They were also talking with Jessen. I'm not sure about what. Now both referees having a laugh with Jessen. Jessen heads to the line. He's a 57.5% free throw shooter. Normally, there's still a delay here. Oh, our referees on the other is at the scorers table, and apparently I think they're trying to figure out a discrepancy between the book and stats, is my guess, because.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. That foul on Sangster is only his 2nd. There have only been 6 fouls called on Redlands in this half. Therefore, it is out of bounds on the sidelines.
So apparently the scoreboard had an error, and Redlands only had 6 or that became Redlands' 6th team foul, and Sangster only has 2 fouls, and that is what it says in live stats. So there was an error somewhere, and so it's not a free throw as a result. So Mary Hardin-Baylor inbounded the ball. Crusaders looking for options. 13 on the shot clock. Johnson has the ball far side. He double team, comes out of it, now drives back in, kicks it into the corner. Pump fake by Engels. He has to spin out of it. Johnson 3 with 5 on the shot clock. Hits it. 70-67. Mary Hardin-Baylor calls time out. They're within 3 as the Crusader fans get to their feet. One of the fans happy that they scored 6-7. Yeah, I said it, and I'm not proud of myself. I'm not proud. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 11:39 left to go here in the second half.
More schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
Back here at South Point Arena in Las Vegas, the penultimate game of the 15th annual D3Hoops.com Classic. It's game number 16 of 17. Coming up, MSOE against Occidental. Obviously a non-conference play in a rare battle of Milwaukee versus LA. Here it is Belton versus LA in a battle of Redlands and Mary Hardin-Baylor, and the Bulldogs have a 70-67 lead. Here with 11 and a half minutes to play in the game, I'm Dave McHugh. Ira Thor on the call with me. Pat Coleman, Gordon Mann, and Ryan Coleman of D3 Photography with us as well. Deep three almost goes. Big rebound. Who's the foul going to be on? I think it's going to be on Johnson. He was kind of tripping up. Ferguson on the rebound. Johnson can't believe the call, but if you're not going to be able to be in a position to go for the rebound and you essentially are tripping a guy, no matter what's going on, the foul's on you.
He essentially became a tripping hazard there as Ferguson went up for the rebound.
6-team foul on Mary Hardin-Baylor. A reminder that Redlands is at 6. Now we're back double-checking the scorebook again, I guess.
Well, Redlands 0 for 4 from three-point range in the second half, and they've gone cold from there. Meanwhile, Mary Hardin-Baylor 4 of 7 from beyond the arc, and they've got a dozen in the game.
It's really been a long day for the scores table as well. I think ladies I'm looking at have worked all but one game today themselves. Live stats clearly double-checking something with the table or the scorebook, and they give the thumbs up. So we're set. 5 timeouts left for Redlands, by the way. 3 for Mary Hardin-Baylor. Just keep track of that. Both teams are essentially in the single bonus now. And traveling violation called on the Bulldogs. So the Crusaders get the ball back, trailing by 3. Eric Bridgeland knows his experience. This is the first time for Sam Patterson, the Baylor grad, replacing Cliff Carroll, as we mentioned. Cliff Carroll, 99-34. Oh, what a block. Three-pointer, give the assist to the defender. We got a tie ball game as the Crusaders have knotted it at 70 apiece.
Just a presence there from Lawrence waiting at the top of the arc as the block comes out to him and he drills the 3. 13th 3 of the game, tying a season high for the Crusaders.
Gordon for 3. Redlands still cold from deep in this second half. And a foul called on Redlands as they're compounding the problems here. Ferguson picks up the foul, the defensive player of the year in the conference last year. It's 7th foul on Redlands, which means it's now a 1-and-1, and it will be Engels to the line to shoot with a 66% free throw shooter. Ferguson picks up his 4th foul, so Sangster comes in. He's only got 2. 10:50 to play, and Redlands picked the wrong time to chill in terms of offense. As the first one is good, and Mary Hardin-Baylor has its first lead of the game, 71-70. They have come from at least as far as 12 down. I don't remember.
A 7-0 run as well. 12 was the largest lead for Redlands. That was at the half.
12, yeah, at halftime. That's what it was. 71-70. Mary Hardin-Baylor has got a 13-point swing here in a quarter of basketball.
Outscored Redlands 29-16 here in the second half.
And Redlands takes the lead back on a nice layup that time from Cam Brown, the Bakersfield, California native. Quickly up ahead, Johnson pumps fakes on the 3, drives in, leaves it, but it gets blocked on the attempt by Zamiera. It stays inbounds, picked up by Brown. Brown then loses it at midcourt. Crusaders coming, long 3, rims out for Lawrence. And a foul called in the chaos on the rebound. It's going to go against Redlands.
And Cody, who kind of just flung it up, hoping to draw some contact, is going to be the benefactor. He's going to shoot a couple.
Cam Brown picks up his 2nd foul, team's 8th. With 10:13 to go, Cody heads to the line. They're going to say who is shooting, so it's a 2-shot opportunity. He's a 54.5% free throw shooter. Both teams are decent free throw shooters, but admittedly their best players are not their best free throw shooters. As into the game for the Redlands comes Amadi along with Ware. And into the game for Mary Hardin-Baylor is Zach May. I don't remember the last time May was out there. The China Spring, Texas sophomore 6'4" guard. I'll be honest, he looks more like a forward. Misses both, does Cody. And now a foul called on Mary Hardin-Baylor.
Yeah, Zamaria with the push-off.
Yeah, we'll set up a one-on-one the other direction. Zamaria, who had played a lot of this half with 3 fouls, just picked up his 4th.
Yeah, Zamiera was trying to get position there. Mary Hardin-Baylor hasn't had a lot of free throw opportunities in the game, just 11 versus 20 for Redlands, but they've only hit about half of them. Can't do that in a close game like this.
Lucas Gordon, 82% free throw shooter. First team all-conference last year. Goes in line for the one-on-one opportunity. Hits the first. This is where the argument that men should be at quarters comes into play, because the rest of this quarter of basketball, the final quarter of this basketball, is going to be a free throw shooting contest. And we've talked about this on other shows. If you do not know why we're not at quarters in men's basketball, it has all to do with the media contract. You lose timeouts, that means 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes of
6, 7
of airtime for ads. And by the way, Ira, for future reference, you want to hit the other one, the other button. Missed the shot down on that end. Redlands gets the ball back with a 2-point lead. 9:45 to play here in the second half, and Amadi loses the ball. Here come the Crusaders on a 3-on-2 mini break, and it's finished off beautifully by Engels, tying the ball game again. It's at 73 now.
What's the rule here today? First one to 100 wins?
Steal by Engels. He's going to go back-to-back, lays it home, and it's the biggest lead of the game for the Crusaders at 75-73. Timeout calmly called by Eric Bridgeland. And second timeout they've used in this game with 9:24 left. It looks to be a full break. We will take it as well. 9:24 left. 11th ranked Bulldogs trail by 2.
A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain success, but doing it the right way and being good citizens.
We've got more schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Welcome back. It is 75-73. Mary Hardin-Baylor leading the 11th ranked Bulldogs of Redlands. I'm Dave McHugh, Ira Thor alongside. Redlands has cooled way off. At halftime, they were shooting 52.8%. They are down to 48%. They were 19 of 36. They are now 24 of 50 from the floor. They were 9 of 26 from beyond the arc. At halftime, they were 9 of 21. That makes 0 for 5. Here in the second half.
Well, a big part of it as well is the points off turnovers. Crusaders with just 5 steals in a game, but they have a 20-10 margin in points off turnovers. They've been picking the pocket, taking advantage of the giveaways, and that's a big part of this explosion here in the second half.
75-73. Mary Hardin-Baylor the lead. Redlands has the ball. Redlands in the maroon. Oh, push there from Ferguson, and then a whistle somewhere on the drive. I don't know if it was a shooting foul.
No, it'll be away from the ball, or away from the basket.
A foul called on Cody, his 3rd, team's 8th, so it'll at least be a 1-and-1. As I said, it's going to be a parade to the free throw line here.
Redlands 16 of 22 at the line today, so they've had ample opportunities. As you said, struggling deep in this game now. 0 for 5 in the second half. Mary Hardin-Baylor 5 out of 9 from beyond the arc. Between that and their ability to score off in transition, they've kind of turned the tide here now.
First free throw is good. 9 team fouls on Redlands. Apologies. According to the board, and 7 on Mary Hardin-Baylor. Something doesn't seem right there either. They screwed that. Yeah, they did. I see the live stats talking to them again. I think it's 8-8. We will wait to see.
I was going to say, one thing that's interesting
this
is
has happened 2 games in a row, by the way.
Should these teams ever be in the NCAA tournament at the same time, there's a strong likelihood they might even be in the same pod. because the NCAA has done, in my opinion,
not the way men's basketball has done it the last few years.
Maybe in the last couple of years, but in most sports,
even soccer,
Region 10, they have not done a good job of separating the teams.
I disagree. In the last few years,
Well,
they've done a good job in men's and women's basketball.
4 years
they
on
did
the
a good
baseball
job in
national
soccer
committee
this year. They've done a good job in others. No, the added funding and rules on flights has allowed this to break up.
It's better than it was.
Last year, 3 teams from the sky get on the men's side, which eliminated the possibility altogether. Bill thought we'd get a foul there. We did not. 3-pointer up, no good. Mary Hardin-Baylor keeps it alive. Johnson with the ball, drives in. Puts it up, no good. He'll go to the line to shoot. And then we'll figure out what the scoreboard still has his 10th foul on Redlands.
The point I was making was 4 years on the Baseball National Committee. That was always a point of contention, that teams in Texas and teams in California were always stuck in the same pod come March, or in that case, come May and June.
Johnson to shoot. I'm going to remove the fouls off of our scoreboard, mainly because I don't trust the scoreboard here in the building. And so we'll just figure it out. It's 2 shots for Johnson. They're going to say it's a double bonus for Mary Hardin. Oh, he was shooting. He hits them. It is 75-77. Sorry, folks, I'm catching up with some other things.
Fouls are 10 for Redlands here in the half.
Well, that's what they say, but
oh, that's what's on the live stats. And 8 for Mary Hardin-Baylor.
Johnson for 3. Buried it, and it's a huge lead by comparison. Eric Bridgeland calls another timeout. It's a 30-second break this time, as he is standing there calmly wondering when the guys are going to figure things out. They are down by 5 now, are the Bulldogs, to this Crusader team that smells an opportunity to knock off the 11th-ranked Redlands.
Redlands just 1 loss this year. That came to Chapman in a bit of a surprise. But Johnson, man, he has been awesome today. 14 threes as a team. That is a season high for the Crusaders. And, of course, Johnson, who played at Howard Payne and during his career there, in 3 years, scored 743 points. He's the spark that this team needs to be able to compete with teams like Redlands. He's had as many as 26 points in a game this year. That came against Arlington Baptist earlier this month. 8th time this year that Johnson has been over the 20-point mark.
Each team has 3 timeouts remaining. 80-75. Mary Hardin-Baylor the lead. They trailed by 12 at halftime.
And then Johnson started going wild. 6 of 8 from 3 tonight. His 45th 3 of the season already.
Into the lane, kick outside. Driving in is Brown. Tried to force the pass inside to Ferguson. Ball is loose, going to be tied up. It'll stay Redlands' possession. I'm not sure what Brown was doing there, as Ferguson was surrounded by 3 Crusaders. It would have been better to just dribble through the lane and come out to the other side and figure things out. 9 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to need to get the floor mopped up.
No field goals for Redlands over the last 2:31 and counting. And that possession error might become a critical focal point in this game. With how all these guys are just everything hitting the floor, no loose ball goes unattended.
Gordon gets the inbound play, passes it to Brown. Brown, hesitation dribble, gets in the lane, loses the ball. Johnson picks it up for Mary Hardin-Baylor.
Nice job, Jensen getting handed there to pry it free.
Angle back to Johnson. Johnson crosses the timeline, tries to draw the foul on Brown, gets into the paint, he dishes it off. And the shot no good for Ray, but he will go up to the free throw line after drawing the foul. And that foul on Gordon. Gordon's second. And Ray, who's 4 of 6 at the free throw line before coming to Vegas this season.
What about the no-look pass there by Hudson Johnson to find Ray open? Drew 2 defenders to him and left Johnson wide and left Ray wide open.
Johnson's no longer surprising me.
No, not going to surprise many, but still certainly a pleasure to watch.
Oxy and MSOE can have joined at the end to watch this as it's now up to a 6-point lead for the Crusaders. Trying to knock off the 11th ranked Bulldogs of Redlands, who came in on fire. Scored 102 points against MSOE last night. Came back from Virginia where they knocked off Hampton-Sydney and Roanoke. Drive in, readjustment, 3 on the way. Fouled, but missed the shot. And Jessen called for the foul. Will allow Haliviak to go to the line. I wonder if Haliviak did a little Reggie Miller there. Put out the leg a little bit, draw some contact. So 3 shots for Haliviak, as that is team foul number 9 on Mary Hardin-Baylor, which means moving forward, everybody's in the double bonus.
Justin did as well as you can expect to stay there with Haliviak, and Justin with Haliviak with a couple of pump fakes.
And Haliviak missed the first. So it works out for Mary Hardin-Baylor. Ferguson out there with 4 fouls for Redlands. Jessen out there for Mary Hardin-Baylor. Well, he was. Now he's out. He had 4 fouls. Next free throw is good. So Redlands down by 4 now, 81-77. I don't know if that 190 is going to live up to fruition, but Redlands back into that extended zone defense. 3 in the corner, front iron, no good. Off the attempt by May, and then a foul called, I think, on Engels. Engels picks up his 4th, and now foul trouble could become a factor in this game.
Well, you figure how much these guys are going to be shooting in the last 7 minutes.
Well, I'm
probably going to take another 15
who's going to be
points
on the floor, because Mary Hardin-Baylor now has Engels, Zamari, come on, brain. Please work. Zamiera, thank you. And Jessen all with 4 fouls, and Cody's got 3. For Redlands, Ferguson's got 4. Sangster has 3. Nobody else in trouble. First free throw for Gordon is a miss.
And that's clear tired legs right there as he left that short.
So Mary Hardin-Baylor has got a lot of depth on their bench, but they may go to guys they weren't planning to have in those positions if they keep having foul trouble here. Gordon hits the 2nd. Deficit now 3. And the full court press from Redlands is, well, it's more of a token look right now. They are not utilizing it like they normally do. They try and trap into the 1-3-1. Johnson calmly has the ball, flips it near side. May has it. He gets it to Cody. Cody, 1 dribble over to Johnson, 10 on the shot clock, flips it to the far side, 3 on the way. Nothing but net for Josiah Ray. Easy for me to say, Lord. 84-78, biggest lead of the game for the Crew. 6.5 minutes to play. Redlands looking for answers, have gone cold from outside, have not hit a 3 yet. Tied up, it's going to be Crew ball. Redlands 0 for 5 from beyond the arc in this half. 5 of 14 overall from the floor. Compare that to Mary Hardin-Baylor, who's 14 of 28 from the floor, 7 of 13 from beyond the arc. Redlands is getting its points at the free throw in this half, 14 of 18. We'll reset the floor here in a moment for both teams. Johnson brings the ball across the timeline. Flipped to the near side. May have gotten away with a travel, did Johnson. Missed the shot. Johnson gets it back. 3-pointer. He misses it. Out there for Redlands, it's Amadi, Haliviak, Brown, Gordon, Ferguson. For Mary Hardin-Baylor, as the foul's called on Johnson, that's his 3rd. It's him, Curry, Lawrence, Ray, and Cody.
Well, 15 threes in the game for Mary Hardin-Baylor. It's the most threes they've hit in a contest since they nailed 17 back during the 2023-24 season against Hardin-Simmons in a 110-91 victory.
2 shots coming from Amadi. He was 1 for 1 from the free throw line before getting to Vegas. Hits the first. Deficit is 5, 84-79.
And Mahdi's been relatively quiet despite the 11.
One more coming. Good. 84-80. Amadi now with 12 points. Lawrence gets the ball, crosses the timeline. Bit of a mini break. Johnson for 3, despite the defender in his face, and the reaction from Cam Brown says it all. Just absolute stunned. 87-80. Mary Hardin-Baylor, a 19-point flip.
Their 16th 3 of the game.
Redlands hasn't hit a 3 in this half. Looking for one here. Amadi for 3. Back iron, no good. Long rebound. Crusaders on ahead to Johnson. Johnson attacks, passes it off, lay it off. Cannot convert, does Ray, and that will send him to the line. A foul on Amadi. And you can just see Redlands. They're looking for answers right now.
They're tired.
That too, which is weird considering how high-paced we're so used to seeing them.
Remember, they don't have Boston right now.
Yeah, Boston's been out with that ankle injury.
Hudson's been out a while.
And I don't see Boston in a position. Where is he? Oh, no, he's high up on the bench. I don't know what's going to happen with him. Redlands came in 7-1. They are now trailing by 8, staring a second loss in the face despite what is now a 21-point flip. 9-point lead for Mary Hardin-Baylor, who trailed by 12 at halftime. Did it all in the third quarter of this game and extending it here in the fourth. Off glass, rolls in, and Redlands gets, we're 0 for their last 5 minutes and 10 seconds, and Johnson replies with another 3. Mary Hardin-Baylor leads 92-82. If you told me the Crew were going to be the first one to 100 in this game, I might have laughed at you.
30 points for Johnson. That is a season high as part of this program.
Foul called, I think, on Johnson as Hliviak was trying to get rid of the ball.
I said it might take 100 to win.
Yeah, I think that's on Johnson, his 4th.
What's that scoring record, 102?
Keep an eye on that. Hliviak. Cody picked up his 4th. It's not Johnson, it was Cody. First free throw is good.
So Mary Hardin-Baylor has 4 players with 4 fouls. Ferguson the only one in trouble for Redlands.
Well, and then Johnson with 3 on top of that. So Mary Hardin-Baylor is running into a little bit of an issue there. Yeah, as you said, 4 fouls for Ferguson, 3 for Sangster and Amadi. Second free throw good. It's a 8-point deficit, 92-84. Johnson with the ball, flips it in the middle to Jessen. Jessen up ahead, smartly to Lawrence, and let him get into the front court. Johnson now with the ball, 4:35 to play, 15 on the shot clock. Johnson around the token screen's going to put up a high arcing 3, back iron, no good. A lot of tugging on the rebound. Johnson gets the ball. He leaves it well short. Lawrence cannot hold on to it. Ball out of bounds. Back to the Crew. Back to the Bulldogs. And coming in for the Crew is Zach Engels. What a game. 4:20 to play. Redlands needs to find an answer fast. Trailing by 8, have trailed by as many as 10, but led by 12. Kick out, 3 on the way. First made 3 of the second half for Redlands. Derek Sangster, their best 3-point shooter, hits it. 5-point ball game. Lawrence with the ball across the timeline, puts up a floater, hits it. Mary Hardin-Baylor can't miss. 94-87 on the 30-second timeout called by the Crew. They've got 2 timeouts remaining.
17 field goals for the Crusaders in the second half, just 7 for Redlands, and that's been the turn of the table.
Now they change it to a full timeout, but we'll keep it here. This game has been bonkers. Hope you're enjoying it. He's Ira Thor. I'm Dave McHugh. We also got Pat Coleman, Gordon Mann alongside. Ryan Coleman taking all the pretty pictures. 3:49 to play here, and we're looking at a possible upset of Redlands, who led by 12 at halftime and now trail by 7 and have trailed by as many as 10. Mary Hardin-Baylor flipped the script in the third quarter of play. Redlands got cold from outside unexpectedly, as you can imagine. It wasn't planned, right? And Mary Hardin-Baylor has been just lights out in this second half. For the game, they are shooting 48%. This half, they're doing the same, 17 of 35. They are 9 of 18 from beyond the arc. Consider Redlands for the game is shooting 49%, but they're shooting 41% in this second half and just 1 of 7 from deep, 10 of 28 for the game. Just shows you how well they were shooting in the first half at a clip of 53%. .349 to play. Coming out of the timeout for Redlands, it's Amadi, Oliviak, Sangster, Ferguson, and Ware. Ferguson's got 4 fouls. Amadi and Sangster have 3. Mary Hardin-Baylor's got Johnson, Lawrence, Engels, Ray, and Jessen. Jessen and Engels have 4 each. Zamiara and Cody have 4 on the bench. 3 fouls, by the way, for Johnson on the floor. So a lot of fouls on the floor as Amadi forces it up and hits the shot, as Mary Hardin-Baylor now has to be careful on defense.
The ball's in the hand of Johnson, his second career 30-point game. He had 37 as a member of Howard Payne against Texas Lutheran a couple years ago.
3:15 to play. MSOE and Oxy have gone to the locker rooms. Oh, lay in by Jessen. Apologies, I've got the wrong score. I've just updated it. 96-89. Mary Hardin-Baylor the lead on Redlands. Turnaround left well short by Sangster. Rebound collected by Johnson. Quickly up ahead. He finds Ray, and a blocking foul. Count it. Going to the line for a 3-point opportunity and be the first team to 100 here. Well, could leave it one short. I apologize. 90-89. I'm getting excited, Ira. This game's incredible.
190 points.
Yeah, we're sitting now at 100 and I've lost track. Oh, we're coming up on 190. I didn't think it was going to be possible, but suddenly Mary Hardin-Baylor hit the accelerator. But, again, if Mary Hardin-Baylor was the first to 100, if someone said that in pregame,
I wouldn't have believed it either.
I wouldn't have believed it. Not that they wouldn't have gotten there if Redlands allowed it.
But when you asked me the key to the game in the pregame, and I said 190 points is going to be scored today, that was the only way that Mary Hardin-Baylor was going to be able to match Redlands, was be able to play their style of basketball.
99-89, Mary Hardin-Baylor up by 10 once again. Oh, lost the ball. It's going to Mary Hardin-Baylor.
And Ferguson can't believe it.
Yeah, Ferguson couldn't hold on to it. The second team All-Region and 14 preseason All-American. Not had a great game today. He has got 9 points on 1 of 3 shooting, 0 for 1 from deep, 7 for 9, 3 rebounds. 1 assist, 4 fouls, and 4 turnovers now in 20 minutes of play.
They didn't factor in Johnson's ability to hit threes. He's got 8 today. The tournament record is 9.
Johnson's a good player from deep. He's 44% shooter from beyond the arc.
2-time All-ASCA performer.
He played pretty well last night's game. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 2:20 on the game clock. Man-to-man defense now from Redlands. Shot from Lawrence, missed. Jessen tried to pull down the rebound, goes out of bounds. Back to Redlands. Jessen wants a review. We don't have it. Sorry, buddy.
They're so accustomed.
I would love to give a review here, just for everyone to understand. I am the biggest guy for review, but we have 1 camera angle. We don't have the manpower to pull out multiple camera angles, and I'm running the show while trying to call this game. There's only so much in my tank with 6 games a day. 3 is good. Oliviak cuts it to 7. I'd love to have a review here. I really would.
Well, we have 2 minutes to go, and these two teams have combined for 191 points.
in future iterations of the D3Hoops.com Classic, I feel confident we'll have review. It's been a slow burn in building it. 1:59 remaining.
Well,
it's a long break, but we'll keep it here.
We're 15 years into the tournament. That's probably the next. What else can we add to the event? You already have 17 games over 4 days.
Everybody knows I want it, but there's other people involved in this event with South Point and Sport Tours, and we can't provide all of the assets, if that makes any sense. There's one individual running a camera that we don't technically have control of. The arena supplies us the feed. Believe it or not, South Point is a 720 arena. They don't provide 1080. It's mind-blowing to me. So now if you want review and done it right, we'd need multiple cameras.
And by 720, he's talking about
720p.
How low definition versus high definition.
Well, it's not low definition. It's still considered high def. It's just
medium definition.
Not great definition. But we need multiple camera angles. And that means people running those camera angles. And running it smartly, I may add. I can't bring those cameras with me on the plane either, by the way. I'm already paying money to bring the gear out in the first place. 1:59 remaining. Mary Hardin-Baylor leads 99-92. On the court for Redlands, Amadi, Haliviak, Brown, Gordon, and Ware. Amadi's got 4 fouls. For Mary Hardin-Baylor, it's Johnson, Lawrence, Engels, Ray, and Jessen. Engels and Jessen with 4 fouls. Johnson with 3. Johnson gets the inbound.
What a heave across midcourt, right on the money. Of course, the tournament record for points in the game is 102. That was Redlands last night.
1:45 remaining here. 15 on the shot clock, killing as much time as they can to make Redlands have some serious issues in terms of scoring. Redlands has made 1 3-pointer in this second half. Correction, 2. Thank you. Johnson for 3, back iron, no good. Ball is loose. Gordon pulls down the rebound. That's huge for Redlands. Now they have to score. Amadi's got the ball. They were a moment looking for Haliviak, who's having a great night. Now in the hands of Brown. Brown for 3, got it!
Wow.
What a shot! Timeout Redlands with a 4-point deficit now. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. We will take this break as well to catch our breath. It's a 4-point game with a $1:14 remaining here from South Point.
I had numerous family members who've been taken away from heart disease and stroke. That drove me to pursue knowledge about health and well-being. Playing college football gave me an opportunity to get myself into college.
Goes to Parks. He's in the end zone.
That's when I decided that I want to go into personal trainer. I felt I would have a great opportunity to share my knowledge about well-being within Detroit. I hope to reach as many people as I can.
We've got more schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Welcome back. Dave McHugh alongside Ira Thor as we get ready for the last 1:14 of this one. Mary Hardin-Baylor with an upset alert tag on this one. Leads number 11, Redlands, 99-95. Full court press from Redlands off the inbound. Johnson has the ball for Mary Hardin-Baylor. Minute 10 remaining. They get it over the midcourt. Lawrence with the ball on a mini 3-2. Puts up a floater and hits it. Mary Hardin-Baylor 101-95 for Redlands. Redlands down by 6 with under a minute to play.
Just such an innocent-looking floater. It makes it look seamless.
Redlands led this game by 12 at halftime. Mary Hardin-Baylor flipped it in the next 10 minutes. A traveling violation. It absolutely is, Mr. Brown. You dragged your pivot foot and reset.
Yeah, he's arguing the call, but we both saw it. Definitely a traveling violation.
Eric Bridgeland doesn't like it either, but they'll see it later. 101-95, 49 seconds left. Fouls are a bit of an issue for Mary Hardin-Baylor, not for Redlands. So Ferguson's out there with 4. Johnson with the ball. They got him pinned on the sideline. Kicks it back to Engels. Engels now picks up his dribble in the backcourt. He's got 2 seconds to go over. Timeout called by Mary Hardin-Baylor. That's their penultimate timeout. Redlands with 2 remaining, 41.1 ticks left. By the way, we got one more game coming up. MSOE will take on Oxy in the finale of the 15th annual D3Hoops.com Classic. That's coming up approximately 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game. We were back on time for this game. We are going to be late starting that game.
This should have been our final game. This should have been the main event of the evening.
I'm 99% sure Redlands could be heading back on a bus tonight. There's an outside chance that Mary Hardin-Baylor is catching a plane tonight. Like, those things become a factor in the scheduling. If a team is staying for another day or two, then we can play that later. I don't know. For example, we had to move one of the games earlier today with the Bridgewater State women's team. We had to move a game because their flight was earlier than we expected, so we had to move their game a little bit earlier so they could get out of Dodge or Vegas. We're in Vegas, not Dodge. So those things happen. For example, Salve Regina had trouble getting here. We had to move their game against Oxy Women to today. Oxy Women had to immediately get on a bus and head back because they're playing St. Joseph's of Maine tomorrow at home. Whew.
You okay over there?
I'm fine. I'm just catching my breath. What a game. That next game, I don't know who's going to call it. I don't know if we got anything left. 101-95. Johnson somehow holds on to the inbound ball. Now he's going to dribble around trying to avoid Redlands' trap. Great trap. They've got Crew in trouble, and a foul's going to bail him out as Ferguson's going to pick up the foul. They nearly got the steal.
Yeah, Johnson's like, why? Where was the foul 2 seconds ago?
I like that there was no call, actually. Ferguson fouls out with that, by the way. He finishes with 9 points on 1 of 3 shooting, 0 for 1 from deep, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, an assist, and 4 turnovers. And to the line to maybe ice this game is Cody, and he misses the first with 1 more to shoot.
1 point will tie the all-time record.
Cody is a 54.5%. Yeah, the all-time free throw shooter. All-time record is 102 points. Redlands set that last night.
And Mary Hardin-Baylor ties it tonight.
Against Redlands, 102-95. Redlands is going to have to be quick. Shot from Amadi. No good. Cody the rebound. Redlands is going to get knocked off here unless there's a miracle with 24 seconds left. Is it a foul or a tie-up? It's a foul. So Redlands will pick up another foul here. And it will be free throws for Cody. Ware picks up his first foul. I think Redlands has to put 2 people on the line here. Yep. So Gordon will come up along with Brown. Cody will take shots. It's a 2-shot foul, so Cody will get 2. It's not, he wasn't shooting, but you know what I'm trying to say. Mary Hardin-Baylor has led this game for 9 minutes. That's it. Redlands for nearly 29 minutes. They had a 12-point lead at halftime. Mary Hardin-Baylor used the third quarter of this game to chip into that. Cody misses. It stays at 102-95.
This is both.
Up ahead. Liviak for 3. No good. Gordon trying to pull down the board. Kicks it out. Amadi for 3 with 13 on the game. That's going to do it. There's no way they got anything left. Gordon puts the putback. Draws it within 5 with 8 seconds left. Timeout Redlands. They've got 1 remaining. But last I checked, 5 points with 8 seconds. They have to get the steal. And if they foul, they have to not give up more than a couple of seconds or 1 free throw. 2, it's definitely over.
Oh, Mary Hardin-Baylor right now, you want to keep the ball out of the hands, in my opinion, of Cody. He's missed 3 of the 4 he's had in the last 30 seconds. Want to get the ball to Johnson if you can. Get to see your point guard. He's had a tremendous night. 30 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds. And he's 1-3 shy of the all-time tournament record. I can't imagine anybody else right now that would be in that conversation for tournament MVP if Hudson Johnson. If Mary Hardin-Baylor wins this game, I think he's got that locked up.
Johnson has had a great night tonight. He had a good night last night. Johnson tonight, 35 minutes, 30 points on 9 of 19 shooting, 8 of 13 beyond the arc, 4 of 4 free throws, 7 rebounds, 7 assists with 5 turnovers. Crusaders bring in Leggett, and I missed who the other one was. Engels is in, so it's Engels, Lawrence, Leggett, Johnson, and Ray. Johnson gets the ball cleanly. That's going to do it as Gordon's going to foul him with 5.7 seconds left. Amadi tried to go for the steal and could not get it. So Johnson hits one to pretty much ice it. I mean, 2 3-pointers in 5.7 seconds. I mean, the reality is it's not likely, but you and I have been around the game long enough to not officially call it until you can call it. But if he hits both, it's over.
Well, hits one here, they'll have the all-time scoring record all to themselves, and they do.
He does. Makes it a 6-point game, 103-97, 31 points for Johnson.
And 200 combined points between these teams. Make it 201.
Scoring record is Mary Hardin-Baylor's, 104-97. Oh, Johnson nearly got the steal. It's going to be all academic. 3-pointer on the way, no good. That is apropos of what happened to Redlands in the second half. They take a 12-point lead into halftime, and by midway through the second half, trailed by 10 and lose by 7, 104-97.
And a good contingent of Mary Hardin-Baylor fans celebrating this one behind their bench.
Number 11 Redlands knocked off by Mary Hardin-Baylor, 104-97, as Pat Coleman went and brought over Johnson to chat with us. I got to do a little bit of work here to get this to work for us as we fix the microphone and Johnson joins us. Don't worry about the camera. We're not going to worry about it at all. Johnson, how you doing? Good, congratulations. I'm very curious. At halftime, you're down by 12. You're playing pretty well. Redlands is controlling the game, though. What was said at halftime? What got you guys motivated? Because that third quarter of the game was all crew.
Yeah, Coach Pat told us in the locker room we were being kind of passive in the first half.
Okay.
And Redlands, they're pressing full court the whole game. And we played teams that have pressed full court this season earlier. So he said, be aggressive, trust in yourself, and let's get out and run.
How do you, though, when you get the lead, not then get so excited that you lose composure and let Redlands back into the game? What's the conversation like there midway through the half?
So our first 2 games of the year, we were up, and then we ended up losing the game in the last 2 minutes of the game. And so that we've taken that personally, really. And so we've just had an emphasis on finishing games the whole year, whether it's been situational stuff in practice or conditioning. We've just been trying to get it done.
New head coach, new program, new everything, but also trying to play at the level that UMHB has had for a number of years. What's been the conversation amongst the players that's led to a moment like this where you can knock off a really good Redlands team?
Right. I think it's big time. Bunch of new guys coming into this year. And as long as we can keep building on these wins and keep building each game, we want to be peak in March and February so we can be playing our best basketball when the time comes around.
Redlands' defense is pretty stout. You guys had a lot of trouble there with that press, but you guys started to figure things out. What was the secret in that second half of the press?
I think keeping our eyes up and looking for a pass in the middle of the court was big time.
31 points. I mean, is this normal for you?
I'll take it.
I'll take it. Congratulations. Big win for you guys. Well done, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you, sir.
What?
Did you tell him? He's the most outstanding player at the D3Hoops.com Classic.
We will officially announce you the most outstanding player of the D3Hoops.com Classic. Congratulations. Heck of 2 games for you guys and for you especially.
Sir, I appreciate it, sir.
Absolutely.
Congratulations and a great effort.
Thank you.
I think that was a no-brainer that Hudson was going to be the most outstanding player of this tournament. Just an outstanding game, particularly the second half. 8 3-pointers. 32, 7 and 7, playing 35 minutes. And again, once they started hitting three-pointers and once they were able to limit the turnovers in the second half and kind of take away the strengths that Redlands had, the whole complexion of this game changed. And this is a very good Mary Hardin-Baylor team that's not getting the credit they probably deserve.
Well, admittedly, as he said, lost a couple games early by not finishing. They finished tonight.
They finished tonight, that's for sure.
They had to get back into it first. 32 for Johnson, 15 for Lawrence, 12 for Ray, 11 for Cody, 8 for Zamira, who didn't even play a bulk of that second half after getting into foul trouble. 25 for Redlands, Liviak, 14 for Amati, 15 for Brown, 13 from Sangster, and 11 for Gordon. This was a, forgive my language, damn good basketball game. Redlands had a 12-point lead. Mary Hardin-Baylor led by 10 on 2 separate occasions. It's unfortunate for Redlands, but we're going to remember this game for a long time.
Definitely one of the better games we've seen here in the tournament. And you know what? When you get a nationally ranked team like Redlands that comes out here and is able to get a team that can actually match their style, it's going to make Redlands better.
Oh, absolutely.
When we get, obviously, deep in the SCIAC play, but also into the postseason, because they're going to be an NCAA tournament team.
I can't remember if they went 3-0 last year here. Did they? I don't remember.
I wasn't with you last year.
Yeah, I don't remember. Brain freeze. 8-2 is where Redlands now finds itself, whereas the crew of UMHB find themselves at 9-4 with a statement win here tonight over Redlands, coming from 12 points down, leading by 10, winning by 7. Congratulations to Mary Hardin-Baylor. We got to wrap this up. We got one more game left, and I got to get the game turned around on the system. For Ira Thor, Gordon Mann, who's running off for a red eye, Pat Coleman, and Ryan Coleman. I'm Dave McHugh. Thanks for tuning in. MSOE taking on Occidental coming up as we come back with the final game of the 15th annual D3Hoops.com Classic from South Point. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Back with the final game coming up.